think one of the most inspiring things about the film is the way that it shows just how transformative this kind of discipline can be. And it's not about the mastery of the shapes or the climbing of the pole. It's about a clarity of vision that emerges in the practitioner, which can ripple out into their lives. And I say all of this because Baluji, who's going to be paying for us, also lost his sight at a very young age, as a baby in fact, and has, over the course of his career, not only worked hard to overcome the adversity he's had to face in his own life, but to help others to do the same thing, and promoting and supporting other visually impaired artists in their careers. And as part of this, he runs the Inner Vision Orchestra, which is made up, I think, world's first professional ensemble of blind and visually impaired musicians. And in addition to this, he runs a music foundation, not only promoting tours by these artists, but also offering workshops to the public. And again, showing the transformative power of a discipline that can take you beyond what might seem like a limitation into a richer understanding of your place in the world. And this phrase, inner vision, it's all about yoga in a way as well. Yoga cultivates inner vision, as Baluji explains in the film Antaradrishti, this capacity to see within and from within out into the world doesn't actually require the eyes. It's a subtler way of seeing. And Mallakhamb, although it was originally a wrestling discipline, seems to intersect with not only yoga, but this transformative power of inner vision. And that's the rather beautiful dimension to Philippa's film that she was perhaps a little too humble to announce herself at the beginning. It's a really inspiring testament to the power of practice, really, and the repetition of practice to change lives. So I'd like to invite Baluji up here onto the stage to show us just how that's manifested through his music, and sit back and enjoy a sitar recital for the next 30 minutes or so. Thank you.
Namaste. गुरु गोविंद दो खड़े काके लागू पाए बलिहारी गुरु आपनी जो मलखम दिया बताए. So yesterday he showed me the rope instead of pole, and I did some of the exercises on the pole in Mumbai, and that was much easier for me than on the rope. But I have figured it out one thing, that we don't need to see to play music, but we don't also need to see to play the Mallakhamb. And yesterday we did most of the exercises all right, but I failed on something, but that has success to my key. So that's a key for my success in Mallakhamb. So when I go to India, I'll go to his class and I'll learn more. So Guruji, thank you very much to introduce Mallakhamb to me. And then I'm very thankful to Philippa, who has asked me to play here and also asked me to do the music for the film. And So that's it, really. And tonight I'm going to play. Can anybody guess what raga I'm going to play? Okay, I'll play sympathetic strings and guess it. What is similar raga to Mallakhamb? It's Mallakhamb. So going to play Rag Mallakhamb, which is raga of Lord Shiva. And with Mallakhamb, which I've done yesterday, I feel that I should play that raga which represents Lord Shiva and our Guruji. He's got two Shris. One is the Padma Shri and one is the Shri Uday Deshpande. Thank you. So this is it, sitar and rag Mallakhamb. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Baluji. Ladies and gentlemen, Baluji Srivastav. So we'll have a little change of pace now, and having settled into the rhythm, I'm going to invite Uday up on stage, and we shall have a little bit of conversation amongst ourselves about Mallakhamb, but then open it up to everybody else to ask questions. Okay, so yeah, here we all are.
Balaji, it was a lovely recital. Rag Mallakhamb is one of my favorite songs, favorite raga. Mana tarapata hari darasana ko aaj. Beautiful. And Aditi, who is here, who was yesterday also with us, she also plays with sitar, and so she knows how difficult it is to play. And in spite of your visual challenge, you are playing it excellently well. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Okay, it's coming now. Yeah. Thank you very much indeed, Guruji, Udayji, Shriji, Pandeji,
Gigi.
Gigi. Gigi means older sister, which is Aditi Ji's, my very young sister. Thank you.
Daniel.
So, as we saw, the film is titled The Wrestler's Cane, and the general backstory of this practice is from the wrestling tradition.
Right.
But as we also saw, people were performing what we might think of as yoga postures on this pole. And
Right.
Obviously we've only seen a few snippets of this, and it might be, for those who've never encountered it before, a strange concept. Sometimes known as pole yoga, but the traditional name, which you unpacked for us, Mallakhamb, referring to the wrestler and this 8.5-foot pole on which various difficult and demanding exercises are performed. So perhaps we could start with some basics. You know, what exactly is Mallakhamb if we dig a little bit deeper than pole wrestler?
Yeah, it's for the benefit of all the audience here. Mallakhamb is our ancient Indian traditional physical culture. Basic form is a wooden pole of about 8.5 feet in the height, smooth, well polished. It's tapering at the top. And the figure is like a human figure, the head, the neck, and the body. And in the absence of your partner, you wrestle against this pole. You practice those wrestling tricks against this wooden pole. So it was originated in Maharashtra about 200 years ago by Balambat Dada Devdhar, who was the priest in the regime of second Bajirao Peshwa. And he defeated one of the wrestlers coming from Nizam of Hyderabad, Ali, and then he gave the title to that pole as Mallakhamb. Malla is a wrestler, Khamb is a wooden pole. So the one pole which teaches you to defeat the wrestler who is better in skill, is greater in height, weight, expertise, how to defeat that wrestler, that technique is taught by that pole. That's why this pole is known as Mallakhamb. But then later on, it proved that Mallakhamb is not only complementary for wrestling, but it is complementary for all other sports. because all the sports, they require some basic abilities like strength, stamina, speed, endurance, flexibility, neuromuscular coordination, confidence, courage, and all these basic physical and mental abilities are best developed on this simple pole. That's why if you want to practice, if you want to play cricket, if you want to play volleyball, if you want to play basketball or any other sport, Mallakhamb will be helpful to you to enhance your performance in that particular sport. That's why it is known as the mother discipline.
Thank you. Very comprehensive explanation. So it's the ultimate yoga prop, basically. You know.
Usually it was a concept that only small students, children can perform Mallakhamb. But it's not true. Even the adults of any age, maybe 25, 30, or even senior citizens, 60, 70, 80, they can also learn Mallakhamb. There is no age bar. Anybody of any age or any gender, or maybe very heavy, obese, or very thin, lean, anybody can practice Mallakhamb. We have seen in the film that even the visually challenged, they can learn Mallakhamb. Those who are deaf and dumb, they can also, those who are physically handicapped, they can also do Mallakhamb. Mallakhamb is helpful to each and everybody. It's like yoga. Yoga can be practiced by small children, by the women, by the senior citizens. Anybody can practice yoga and get benefit. It's the same way Mallakhamb can also help you. And not only the external muscles like biceps and triceps, but also the internal systems like respiratory, circulatory, digestive. They are also best toned up. And the most important part is your disease resistance power. That is immunity. We have seen in this corona pandemic that you may be having lot of money, you may be having lot of estate, or you may be having thousands of people working under you, or you may be a good actor, dancer, or musician, or whatever profession. But if a small virus, if it enters into your body, all these things are useless. What is material is only disease resistance power, your immunity. And that immunity is best developed by this simple apparatus known as Mallakhamb, maybe pole Mallakhamb or rope Mallakhamb. That's why to promote this Mallakhamb, not only in India, but outside also, it is very essential that we should give demonstrations, conduct workshops, and let the people know the value of this ancient traditional Indian physical culture.
We should probably just back up a bit at this point and say a little bit about your backstory as well, I think. As has been alluded to, Baluji mentioned it, you've been honoured with one of the highest civilian honours from the Indian government, the Padma Shri, in recognition of your work, not just promoting Mallakhamb, championing it in all sorts of inspiring ways, as we've seen. You began, I think, long before I was born, and have
basically, we should appreciate the government, especially the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, the Sports Minister Anurag Thakur, because all these years, these prestigious civilian awards were given to many people. But now if you see the list, the selected choicest people who are relentlessly working in particular field and for many consistent years, which is for the benefit of the society, for the country, such kind of people are spotted and they get this award. So it was very unexpected for me also, after doing work unexpectedly, without any expectations, but then government has selected and honored.
I think you have to invite me to India to get the Padma Shri. Otherwise, Modi ji won't give me here.
Lovely.
Let's go back to the beginning. How did you discover this discipline, and what attracted you to it?
Well, before he says something, I would like to say, in childhood I used to hear Mallayuddh.
Yes, yes.
That is like a wrestle
Yeah.
between the Pahalwan, lots
Yes.
of wrestlers, good wrestlers. And in Mahabharata also, Mallayuddha comes.
Right.
Yes.
And then the Mallakhamb has come, and that is a new version of Mallayuddha, I think,
Yes, yes.
which I have discovered yesterday when I was doing all kinds of exercises, including hanging upside down,
Wow.
yes,
Absolutely.
and lying down on the rope,
Shavasana.
and shavasana, yes. So I did that, and I discovered my every nervous system is working. Today it was a
Fantastic.
little bit painful, but you know,
Initially,
you
it is.
have to practice every day.
Yes. No pain, no gain.
No pain, no gain. Thank you. So
Very nice.
today again was my sitar playing.
Yes, lovely.
Thank you.
Now, I also want to learn sitar, and for that, I will come to you and I'll definitely learn it.
Definitely, you're most welcome. And you can learn with Aditi ji,
Yes.
sitar.
But now both of you are in London and I am in India.
Thank you. Well, I can come to India.
No,
when
we
you
can
call.
we can learn online also. That is also possible. So, what was your question, Daniel?
How did you
How-
first come to Mallakhamb? And what was it that attracted you, first of all? And also, why did it become such a focus? Because you really have devoted your life to this.
Actually, it was accidental. My mother's father, he was an engineer. He used to stay in Pune, a little away from Mumbai. But when we were small, hardly 2.5, 3 years old, my mother used to take all we 3 brothers and 1 sister to Pune in vacation, and we used to stay with our grandfather. Everybody was asleep, but he used to get up at 5 o'clock and start his yogic practices. And I used to just sit in front of him and try to imitate what he is doing. So he understood my interest, inclination towards this. And he told my mother that he should take Uday to Vyam Maharshi P.L. Kale Guruji. That P.L. Kale Guruji was the founder of Shri Samartha Vyam Mandir, which is 99 years old institution now. 1,000 children come there every day, and they are taught different kinds of sports like basketball, volleyball, gymnastics, athletics, judo, kho-kho, Mallakhamb, by charging just 30 rupees per month as token fees. And 180 coaches are there who work in absolutely honorary capacity. So in the year 1957, I started going to this institution. My father was he was working in a textile mill, India United Mill in Kala Chowki, and we had one Morris 8 car. So father used to drive, mother used to sit by his side, and we 3 brothers and 1 sister used to sit at the back. He used to bring us to Shivaji Park, drop us at Samartha Vyam Mandir, and then he used to go to play badminton across the road. And while going back, he used to pick us up, and we used to go back home. So this was a routine. But then when I started going to school, we shifted to Mahim. And even when I was in 6th, 7th standard, my school was at 7 o'clock in the morning. But I used to come to Shivaji Park at 5:30, practice for 1 hour, go back home, have bath, and reach school before the first bell rang at 7 o'clock. So since then it started. When I went to college also, I first came to the gym in the morning, then went for the practicals, then come home, have lunch, go back to college for the lectures, come back again in the evening to the institution, practice till late night, and then go home back. So this routine was set like that. Even when I started going to office, I was working with customs and central excise in Mumbai. So I used to go to gym in the morning, teach, practice Mallakhamb, then go to office, come back to the gym in the evening, and then go home late in the night. Even on the day of my marriage, I went to the gym in the morning, had my practice, and then went for the marriage. So this was the addiction what we had at that age.
So there is a lot of overlap with yoga there. It's a sadhana. It's a total life commitment.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the right word, sadhana or tapasya. And we have seen what are the benefits of that. In my youth, when I was a student, when I was a college student, I played all the sports. Like I was the cricket team captain of my school. I was the wrestling champion in Nuria College. I represented Bombay University in volleyball, and all these different kinds of sports I could practice, play well, because I was practicing Mallakhamb since my childhood. So I wanted to share these benefits to others. So I started in Samartha Vyayam Mandir, where we were 2-3 people only practicing Mallakhamb. Now you won't believe there are 100 boys and 100 girls practicing Mallakhamb every day. Then we went to Mumbai in different parts of the city. We gave some demonstrations. We conducted some workshops, collected people, and now there are more than 200 centers all over Mumbai where Mallakhamb is being practiced. The same thing with Maharashtra. In all the 36 districts, now there are district Mallakhamb associations. And then in India, out of 36 states, we have about 33 state associations having Mallakhamb regularly practiced and then affiliated to the Mallakhamb Federation of India. So that was the networking in the country. And then since 1997, I started moving out of India. I went to about 52 countries so far.